Hello and welcome to your Astrological Vibrations for Thursday, December 2nd, 2021 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I appreciate the alchemical part of the expansion process. And we are definitely called to alchemy today. We have the moon in Scorpio. We are deep in the dark of the moon. We are basically have 2 days before the eclipse because the eclipse is happening so late. Well, it's happening late in the evening on the 3rd or early in the morning on the 4th, depending where you're living. So we have these 2 days where we're in this deep dark of the moon of Scorpio, and we're releasing what no longer shines for us. We're releasing what no longer works for us. Now with Scorpio, dark of the moon, this can be a lot of fears. This can be trauma. This can be energies around survival. This can be quite challenging. And as I'm looking at the transits of the day, it's all lunar based. It's all moon making these connections. Especially the moon and Mars connection may have us feeling spicy, feeling edgy, feeling reactive, feeling too much. I feel too much right now. Today was such a long day. Feels like a lot. And it's actually good. This is part of the alchemical process, is to allow ourselves to go there, to go to the shadow, to go to the darkness, to go to the fears, to be present with the trauma, to be present with the parts of ourselves we don't like, to be present with what is coming up to be released. And I think like total solar eclipses, which we're building into on Friday, it's like the dawning of a new day. You know, the shadow comes over the sun, it comes over the light, and then suddenly the light is born anew. So it's kind of like the sunrise, but a more extreme version of it. And so we have this rebirth of light coming for us. And, you know, we're also building to solstice. So we've got a few of these, like, rebirths of the light. We're rebirthing the light within ourselves. Scorpio, right? Death and rebirth, the phoenix process. But part of the phoenix process is your willingness to release, your willingness to die to what's not working any longer for you, to step into your power. So that is really the work that we're doing today. And Moon and Scorpio, like I said, is taking us through it all. So let me just list the transits. Moon and Neptune. You may be doing this in your dreams. Joe was having some really interesting dreams. Definitely felt very related to, I don't know, older parts of him. So you may have some of that coming up with the moon and Neptune. It's also deeply psychic. Listen to your intuition. Listen to those little nudges and kicks that you're getting. Moon and Venus, moon and Mars, moon and Pluto, and moon and Jupiter. So that moon and Venus energy, Venus in Capricorn, facing where maybe you are not being responsible to yourself, where you're not fully showing up for yourself. I actually love Venus and Mars are building into a sextile connection. And so Mars and Scorpio, Mars is willing to face the shadow, and Venus in Capricorn is like, I am willing to take that responsibility. So this is a beautiful combination of facing the shadow and moving into that place of responsibility together. And I love it's at 22 degrees, that 22 master level degree. So there may be some mastery around where you're being called to show up for yourself and where you're being called to take that responsibility. All right, so that's that moon and Venus energy, which will be replicated, like I said, by moon and Mars, Venus and Mars coming together. When do they come together? What day is that? When do they finally make it? I don't know. I don't see it right now. So anyway, I'm going to keep going. Moon and Mars. This is later in the afternoon, early evening, depending where you're living. Moon and Mars together can be temper tantrum alley. So that's where you need to be very aware. You may be building into the frustration, especially if you're bottling things rather than fully letting yourself deal with and experience that's what's coming up. Find a way You know, Mars is co-ruler of Scorpio. Find a way to physically release these energies. Dance it out, punch it out, take a fabric and be scrunchy and like whack it out. Do something to release this energy intentionally. Really do this. Sweep yourself. You know, be silly about it if you need to, but do something physical to help move along this energy. That Moon and Pluto combination is also very potent. Pluto is like, all right, are you going to take this responsibility, and are you going to show up in your authority? Are you going to show up in your personal power? So again, you may have to face some of those shadows. You may have to face some of those fears. You may have to face some of those places within yourself that you don't like. You may have to face some of those things outside yourself that you don't like. We end the evening with Moon and Jupiter. It is a square. And Jupiter, again, is like, it's kind of like pushing the button, like, are you brave enough to align with your vision? Are you brave enough to know that you are deserving of your vision? Are you brave enough to fully desire your vision? Are you brave enough to spend time envisioning, to hope, to put energy into it? And so again, you may have to face those parts of yourself where you are not yet. And all of this is leading to that eclipse, like I said, late Friday evening. I do want to mention we will have the Sun and Uranus in conjunct relatively early in the day on Friday. That in conjunct, not seeing eye to eye, there may be some more triggers and stuff coming up to be faced with that connection with Uranus and Taurus. Don't let fear take you over. Don't let fear move you. Move with love. Move with intention. Move with creation, the power of creation. I love when I get these two cards together. The King and the Queen of Wands. Creativity, intention, inspiration. This is all here for us once we get past this energy, the suppression, those energies that we suppress. Now, side note, check your mind, watch the comparisons. You may be like, well, that person's doing this. Doesn't matter. Focus on your path, focus on your vision. Pull your power back into you rather than feeding it into outside sources. With that Sun and Uranus connection, by the way, do take some time to ground in. That'll be helpful. It's funny because this is the last card, another Queen card, the receptivity card, but it's in reverse. And that's what I'm kind of getting with it in reverse is like, so often we open up to like the inspiration up here, and that's wonderful. Like, do open up to like that divine inspiration, but don't forego the grounding because you are going to need it in this energy. So that's it for today. You can book a reading. 2022 year ahead readings are booking up. Very exciting. Email me for details. I'm doing a sliding scale with those. I'm thinking about doing an abbreviated one, like a card per month for those who cannot maybe necessarily afford the big full reading. So let me know if you're interested in an abbreviated reading. It's more cards than astro, and it's definitely much shorter. I'm going to have a transit list available, holiday gift certificates available, and you can always book a regular reading as well. So email me for details. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and take care of you. Namaste.